Merry Christmas to you.
Welcome, golf fans, pursuers of knowledge and the almighty dollar. This is your golf guru bringing you the 2021 Mayakoba Classic, my top plays and fays. Happy holidays. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving get-together and even a better coming up holidays. And hopefully we can get the right picks, get the right narrative going here and make some cash for the holidays. And on that note, I am going to do a contest, a one winner takes all. And what you have to do is hit the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and give me your top play for 8K and below. I will pick one person. You will receive $100 via PayPal. So you have to provide me your email address. I will send you $100. Hopefully you invest that into the Mayakoba Classic, but do whatever you want with the money. It is my gift to all my subscribers and everybody that's been helping me keep building this and making it better. So that is the promotion. All right, so let's real quick. If you didn't see my preview show, I did put it out as early as I could to start getting people thinking and who to want to play. It was before they actually released the DraftKings lineup. And side note, funny enough, DJ, who I actually had on my preview kind of cover, did withdraw, which was kind of sad. We still have a great field for this event, but he kind of announced he was committed, and then rumor has it he went off, I forgot, St. Bart's, and has been partying for a couple weeks after the Masters win, which I can understand. And I think he just decided to keep the party going. So good for DJ, but we do have some great players in the field. And just real quick from a preview perspective, we are going south of the border. It is in Playa del Carmen at the El Camaleon, and this is a Greg Norman design. It is a shorter course, par 71, so about 7,000 yards. But the key thing that I think other guys have been missing in the kind of golf industry is that this is a very tree-lined, water-lined, lots of sand. And you can see from past winners and who's done well here, you do have to hit the ball very accurate on the tee. You got to hit fairways off the tee box. And it is not about the distance. It's about who can be the most accurate. Of course, you're going to have to hit great approach shots, make putts. But the first thing you're going to have to do, or you're kind of out of it off the gate, is getting off the tee and hitting the green or hitting the fairway. So that is what my focus has been, and everything that I'm kind of going to be building my lineups, everything that we're going to be talking about here is going to be based on that. So I'm going to let you know that right up front. The fairways and greens are paspalum. If you don't know about paspalum, just the short of it is a hybrid of Bermuda. It makes the greens a little slower typically, but it is easier to maintain due to the salt water. So anytime we get on these island courses, that is typically the greens of choice. And you need to go low here. Typically the winners are somewhere around 19 to 22 under. The cut line is around 3 under. And we're looking at a field size of somewhere around 140. So a little less than a 156. And typically someone does shoot a 61 or 62. From a coverage perspective, the Golf Channel will be the only way we get to watch this. PGA Live will not be covering this, just like ShotLink. They don't travel to these remote kind of, off the lower 48 courses. So that's your quick preview. And then, of course, if you look at past winners, which we're going to talk a little more about, Brendan Todd and Matt Kuchar, guys that drive the ball very accurate. Of course, you got to have the other things. But if you look at Kazire and also Patty Perez is not a terrible driver of the ball, but those guys can get very hot with a putter. Patty Kazire is a great putter. But I'm looking at, if you look at the totality of like the top 10 guys who've done well here for the last couple of years, we'll get into that. What they do very well is drive the ball very accurate off the tee, and that is going to be very necessary at this tournament. All right. So for people that are new to this, I like to explain how this goes. The first thing is I do a model and I look at recent form. That's their past 24 rounds. That's all I'm looking at on this. But I'm also looking at stroke gain categories. I will always say shot gain or stroke gain. It's the same thing, so don't get that mixed up. And I also just released kind of a, golf DFS 101 about ShotLink. I had some people that are newer to DFS golf betting, or just, and just to understand sometimes when I get into the whole off the tee approach, the ShotLink against the field, what am I talking about? So check that video out. If you are new, it's like 20 minutes. And I think I did an okay job of explaining what that is all about. But the areas that we can also glean that they have collected information is fairways gain, which is, I think, the number one key area that we have to look at here. You can also look at greens and regulation. opportunities gained. And what this is, you can see there is shot link data from this recent form because this is looking at these golfers' last 24 rounds. And I just wanted to see, again, who's been doing well. Recent form is definitely a key indicator of guys that should be doing well. But I also look at, of course, we're looking at correlation for different areas, like how they do on the courses like this. A lot of looking at the comp courses and trying to figure out, okay, these guys typically do well. This is a good fit for their game. So some guys that popped up, of course, you know, there's Corey Connors, the Russ Henleys, but you got Streelman, Ches Reavie, guys that I expect that would pop up here. You got Scott Piercy, Brian Harmon, guys that drive the ball very accurately, Victor Hovland, you know, so it wasn't a shocker. The next thing is looking at comp courses. So you're going to notice there's some blackout areas because, again, we don't have shot link data. But this is looking at about 5 to 6 courses that have the paspalum greens, also the yardage of 7,200 yards or less. And that's your courses like Port Royale or Punta Cana, where they play the Corrales, or the Bermuda that we just looked at, the tournament. So that, you know, you, again, can get some similarities. And again, you got guys, no shocker, Russell Knox. But, you know, Scott Piercy pops up again. Norlander, who drives the ball very accurately. Griot does well driving the ball. There are some outliers on here, but all in all, and again, you got to look at the rounds tallied. You know, there's some that's higher than others that played these kind of courses. So then my next step was to look at specifically what they've done at El Camaleon. And the information we just looked at was in this, but this is only looking at El Camaleon. And again, you can get some of the same names popping up. And again, I highlighted them. So it just starts to give me an idea of players we want to look at deeper. And then I took it one step extra because we didn't have shot link data. I wanted to look at a comp course that, of course, doesn't have paspalum greens, but is very similar to this course in the player, as in a distance, as in tree lined. And that would be Harbor Town, where they play RBC Heritage. And I think this is going to fit very similar. The players that do well there will do well here. And so, again, some of the same names popped up. So the next thing was I really wanted to dive into who are the accurate drivers in this field, and also correlate that against who's had past success here. So if you look at this current field, and this is only looking at fairways gained and good drives, and what all that means is these are guys that hit the ball off the tee in the fairway. It doesn't mean they hit the ball far. It just means they're very accurate. And on average, if you're a PGA Tour and pro with a driver, you're going to be at least hitting at 275 up to 300. People always think, you know, well, they don't hit it 3+. That at this course, you don't need that. And so, of course, here's the guys that popped up, which is no shocker, and people that's had past success here. And then if you kind of put that against, you know, the top 10 guys who finished, and you just look at the names and it's screaming at you. Now, of course, Justin Thomas was not here. Tony Finau was not here. Koepka didn't play this year. But, you know, the bulk of the group of the guys that are playing in this, you know, it just screams, again, Brendan Todd, very accurate off the tee. You've got, you know, Abraham Ancer, very accurate. You got CT Pan, who T11, who actually, he's not in this field that I saw, but he did win at Harbor Town. Bryce Garnett, again, a very accurate driver of the ball. You know, Patty Perez, who won here previously, had a T8. And again, I think he's about a T50. If you take this whole field, he would, you know, where this ends at 20, I think he ended up around 50th. And then I wanted to look at 2019. And again, just to reconfirm, again, you see Bryce Garnett pop up, Jim Furyk, you know, the most accurate driver of the golf ball, not long, but very accurate. Even guys that hit the ball long, but are very accurate. Cameron Champ, I think, you know, if he was in the field, he'd be very live. HV3, who was in the field, you know, who hits the ball pretty decent in length, but also very accurate. And then again, Patty Perez pops up here. Rich Rowinski, very accurate driver of the ball. Danny Lee, very accurate. And of course, Matt Kuchar, very accurate, but not long. So I wanted to preface that my whole narrative, how I'm going about picking my players, is first off the tee, hitting the fairway. I think that's very clear at this point. Okay, so here we go. So my top 5 plays. I like Daniel Berger. So out of the top range from 10K up, he is the most accurate off the tee. He's also had a decent, of course, recent results. And, you know, he's played here once back in 2015 at a T51. Now, typically, I weigh these things very heavily, and they're still under consideration. but not as much as, again, the whole accuracy off the tee. Harris English, again, he's had a decent record here. Oh, actually, it's over here. I apologize. This one got flipped. Tournament history, he had a 5th here in 2020. He had some miscuts, but Harris English's game back at this time was not good. We'll just put it that way. But you can look at his recent results over here, and he's had a 4th, a 10th, a 6th, and some tough fields, some tough courses. I'm feeling good about Harris English. Abraham Answer, again, he's had a lot of tournament history here. Had some below top 10s, and also has had great recent form. So I like Abraham Answer. And again, all these guys that I'm showing you also are T25. Oh, not T25. Top 25 or better with driving accuracy. So again, that's my narrative, and I'm sticking to it. Now, the kind of a funny one here is Victor Hovland, where great recent form, but his past tournament history here, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The only thing I can figure is that he, at this time, was really struggling with his short game, and it kind of bared out. But, under recent form and what I know he does with the T-ball, I like Victor Hovland. And, from an ownership projection, people are, looking at him. This is being recorded at 1:30 Eastern time on Tuesday. Got it out a little later than usual just due to how long it took them to release the field. And I started working on it yesterday once they got it, but, I put some time into to this whole thought process. And then Russ Henley, again, very accurate off the tee. Had a T29 here, but great recent form with Russ. Two top above 5s, and then some T30s and better. And I've been on the Russ Henley. He's due to crack a win here. He's been really close, so I'm hoping maybe this is the one. Then my mid-range plays, again, this is $9,000 and down. Corey Connors, I think it's a great course fit here. It's all whatever Corey does with the putter, but he's been playing great. And I think, again, from an off the tee perspective, he's going to give himself a lot of opportunities. Brendan Todd, of course, and his projection ownership is at 5, and that's due to his recent form has not been great. But tournament history, this does fit his game, and as long as he keeps driving the ball accurately, again, going to have a lot of opportunities. Brian Harmon, has played here quite a bit. Not the results I would like to see, but his recent form has been well, except for the recent RSM miscut. But I am liking Brian Harmon. Griot's had actually really good recent form with him. He's also done well here. Again, an accurate driver of the golf ball, good ball striker. A lot like Corey Connors. They're all, from a game perspective, I think they're very, very similar. Just at times would be brutal with the putter. So we just got to hope that they find that putting magic. Scott Piercy, who I've not really been playing, but he is rounding back into form, and also has had a good tournament history here, and also a very accurate driver of the golf ball. Then from a value play perspective, I already mentioned HV3. Has a good tournament history here. He's had kind of off and on recent form where either it's top 30 or better, or he's missing the cut. Ches Reavie, again, fits that mold. His recent form is not really there, but his tournament history and his game fits this course. Kevin Streelman, same thing. Recent form has not been amazing, but he's had some past experience here and done well. And again, his game fits here. You got Jahan, who, again, has had some good past history here. Great driver of the ball. Also good recent form. And then Doug Gim, who's never played here, but he's been playing really well, and he's very accurate off the tee. I like Doug Gim. And then my fades, I'm going to give you a little warning out the bat. It's going to be, maybe a little crazy, but this is the narrative that I'm going with, and I'm sticking with it. Off the bat, I'm fading the top 3 guys from a price perspective. You got JT, who is a great player all around. But my narrative with that is always the guys who are the most expensive never seem to provide the value. So now if JT makes the cut, but ends up, in a T25 for that price, it's just not worth it. And he's had those missed rights. He's been a little bit, quirky off the tee. So that's my fade there. Koepka has been coming into form. And I'm not going on this cut he had in 2014 as a big pursuer, but when he misses, he misses. He gets those hard yank lefts, and I just, you can't do that on this course. And I don't know if I went into it. Let me just go back. This is I don't know what hole this is, but this is the course, and I wanted this to show is you can see the fairways are decent, decently wide, but man, this is all water, this is all tree, and this is every hole. So if you have a miss hit, off the tee, this isn't, hey, I'm chipping out and gonna, hope for par or make my bogey. This is, I'm going back to the tee and hitting 3. And the narrative that I've heard from other guys, I had listened to some other preview shows, was that it's a resort course. You're going to fire low. It's going to be easy. I agree that there's going to be guys that fire low, but the guys that fire low are going to be the guys that are in the fairway. And I don't give a crap if you're, not 350. If you are just 275 in the fairway, you're going to be well here. So that just wanted to kind of go over that. Tony Finau, he's had either, success or off here. Again, for the price, Tony's accuracy out the tee, again, is a little sporadic. So that's why I am fading Tony. I'm a huge Tony fan. I love to play Tony, but I just think, there's better plays, and I'm kind of putting away who I like and who I don't. I'm picking the guys that I think this course fits. And then Leishman, this is crazy to me that he's almost 9,000. I don't know what DraftKings is doing. Yeah, he's shown just a little bit of recent form, but this guy has been all over the map as in hitting, his ball striking. And his projected ownership right now is showing that other people are like, this is crazy. Now, hey, man, if you put him in your lineup and he ends up top 5, that could be a game changer, but it's a big risk. Then CH3, who's had good history here, and his recent form's been, pretty good for CH3. But, if you look at his driving accuracy, it's not good. I think he was like 100th or above. So I'm fading CH3 on that premise. So that is it. If you would do me a huge favor, if you like what you're seeing here, hit the like. If you don't like it, hit the don't like. That's fine. Just let me know what you don't like and what I could do differently. Share it with anybody else that that you think would get value from how I kind of present who I'm picking. I've had a Twitter account, but I just keep forgetting to put it on here. If you have any questions at all, probably, I do check the comments into YouTube, but you can also just hit me up at Twitter. Ask me, hey, for showdown questions, or, you're in between these guys. I check it regularly, so I will get back to you as soon as possible. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed, I know I used to watch a lot of this information in the past, and I didn't subscribe. But, if you could, it'd be great. It really helps me to keep moving on. We are growing the subscribe base. It just kind of keeps telling me, hey, Kirk, just keep doing what you're doing. And that's it. And don't forget the contest. I'll say it again. You need to be a subscriber or subscribe. You need to hit the like button, and you need to tell me your top favorite play for the Mayakoba this week, 8K or below, and I will pick one winner, and you'll be getting $100 sent via PayPal. All right. Thanks so much. Have a very successful Mayakoba. I will be putting out my hidden gems tomorrow, so don't miss that. It'd be a quick 5-10 minute show, and that'll probably be it for me. I will be working on some DFS Golf 101 content, but all the best of luck, and may all your lineups be alive and cashing come the weekend. All the best. Take care.